Hello, I'm Ray here and this is MotoNZ, and that is a Suzuki Swift. It's got too many wheels. Okay, this is my Suzuki Swift. I never actually thought I'd buy one of these cars, but here I am. I went out shopping for a ute, and I came home with completely the opposite. It's a 1.2 litre engine. Some BMWs, most Harleys, have a bigger engine than this. It's got 4 wheels, so clearly it's not a motorcycle. Interestingly, it doesn't cost much more than a motorcycle to run. And lately I've been running this in and out of Wellington probably as much as my motorbike. However, that's not the point of this video. This car has something that I think's really cool. Most cars have it. It's Apple CarPlay. I'm an Apple user. I've got an iPhone, I've got iMacs, I'm heavily into the Apple ecosystem. Yeah, you can talk to me all day about Android Auto and Samsung's having most of the stuff that Apple implemented years before. That's fine, I don't care. I'm happy with Apple. So Apple CarPlay, I really quite like it. I like the fact that I can plug my phone in, I can put my phone on the Quadlock mount up here on the windscreen, and then I can access my music, my podcasts, and pretty much anything else I want from this touchscreen display in the middle of the dash. The sounds in this car, yeah, they're alright for factory sounds. But I tell you what, Android Auto, I think, is so good that I would rather use that on my bike. Up till now, not many motorcycles come with Android Auto, and one of the big selling points of the Tenere 700 is its lack of tech. It's got ABS, you can switch it off, no traction control, no rider modes, no lens sensitive ABS, none of that stuff. It's got the bare minimum to get it legal on the roads. But what if you could retrofit Apple CarPlay? In fact, what if you could retrofit a lot of the technology that you get in a car like this, a basic utilitarian everyday small hatch, on a motorbike? You know, it's not necessary things, it's the nice to haves, it's the quality of life improvements. So what would you have on a motorbike? Well, you'd have CarPlay, you might have Tyre Pressure Monitoring. CarPlay includes Google Maps, maybe control of your phone and MP3s or podcasts. I reckon I've got a solution. Come on, let's go back to the shed. This is the Chigee AIO-5 Lite. I think that's how you say it. Alright, so these guys reached out to me on Instagram and said, we want you to try this thing that we have created. Now, I'm told that this is going to be available to the public on their website from December. Let's see what's in the box. I think this is going to be a cool piece of kit. It's a very Apple-esque unboxing. Everyone's going for these suctioned on lids. The fit and finish of this box at the moment is amazing. Nice little quick start guide. We've got some installation information, and this is what's in the box. Now, they've sent me some other bits and pieces. We'll talk about that shortly. But this is the Chigee. Wiring loom, ball mount on the back. The front, we've got this, must be about a 5-inch touchscreen display, a few buttons on top, power, earth, and auxiliary. No, power and earth and auxiliary is all through that one cable. This is your camera A and B. Front and rear mounted cameras. How cool is that? So for the people who commute and motorcycle and car drivers try and cut you off, you'll now have video footage. So I reckon this could be a cool device for the people who mount their smartphone on their handlebars, in that you don't need to take your phone off If it automatically connects via Bluetooth, which I'm told it does, you can have your phone in your pocket, access everything you need to while you're riding from this display, never have to worry about damaging the sensor in your camera in your iPhone again, and you'll get cameras, recording, tyre pressure monitoring, and this little thing here is a remote for answering and cancelling your phone. Okay, so looking at the wiring diagram, there's 3 wires we need to attach to the bike, right? We've got constant power, 12 volts straight off the battery, great. Constant earth off the battery, great. And an auxiliary trigger wire, let the thing know the bike's powered up. For the purposes of showing you this, I'm going to put everything on the battery so it fires up straight away and we can have a look at the interface and see how it works. Okay, so I've just fired up the, I've opened up the box, and feeling this unit, it's metal. There's bits of plastic, but it's mostly metal. The fit and finish of it, and the quality of it, is top class. It feels like a solid piece of kit. And what's really cool is they give you a key tag, an actual stitched key tag. I like that. Right, this is the wiring. Let's get it in. We've got some very detailed instructions as well, which I really like. I like the fact that it's a bit of a roadmap, but there's clearly marked instructions. So if I put red and yellow straight on the battery, that should allow us to power the unit up and see what it looks like. The wires feel really nice and silicone, really soft and supple. They don't feel cheap and nasty and tacky. A bit that a lot of people love. Let's take this thing off. And we have life. Look at this. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. English. Oh, nice touchscreen. Good clicks. iOS. Get Chigee Go. Open. Yeah, sure. Yeah, you can have all my photos. That one. I don't know what that says. Chigee. Password, very technical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Go. Well, there you go. Yep, great. That's your user interface. That is cool. CarLink. Alright, we want to pair via Bluetooth. Let's see what we got. Chigee. There's 2 Chigees. Hey, look at that. There's me podcasts. There's all me apps. Oh, River. I do like a bit of River. Google Maps and Waze. Okay, so clearly I'm excited about this. But one of the really good reasons why the Suzuki Swift is better than my bike is it has CarPlay. Oh, I'm so excited. Right, I'm going to get this mounted to the bike and fully set up, and then we're going for a ride. Okay, we're all installed, I think. Let me take you through it. Starting from the back, we have a rear-facing camera. This is where it's going to live for now, because I need to work out a way to mount it down here on the number plate or somewhere around here anyway. We'll just run the cable down under the pillion seat, under the main seat. Excuse the bird's nest, but we've got 3 wires. We've got mains power, we've got earth, and we've got a trigger wire running off the auxiliary power socket on the right-hand side under the fairing over there. Up the front, we've got a camera. And in behind here, maybe you can see it, maybe you can't, we've got the GPS module. Otherwise, everything else is wired in on the, I want to say 4 or 5, maybe 5 inch, maybe 6 inch, I'm not very good with inches, touchscreen LCD panel. So if I turn the accessory on, this is us firing up. Chigee. Getting Chigee with it. And this is our main integrating screen. So we've got speedo, which comes off GPS. We've got compass bearing, which I'm not sure what that comes off. We've got Carplay. Let's get back to this other screen. This is our tyre pressure monitoring. I haven't installed the tyre pressure monitors yet. And then we've got a bunch of other stuff. We can go meter, which gives us speed. We've got voltage, 11.9, altitude, time, trip, all that other stuff. And there's other add-ons that you can put in this thing if you want. But the video. Okay, so here's and I don't know if there's a firmware update for this yet, but we've got front and rear video in live screen, in live action, live time. We've got an SD card in here, and this little red dot is indicating that it is recording. It's recording all the time while the unit is on. It will also do, if it senses motion, it will start recording. There's a few different levels of sensitivity there, record front and rear. I haven't worked out if there is maybe a firmware update to flip the front camera, because I mounted it upside down. It was kind of the only place I had to mount it. But we can flip and see the rear camera, and there's our record button. We can take a photo just like that, flip to front camera, take a photo, and then we've got a file button here. We can go back and see all our photos and videos in here. That's on the SD card. Yep, there's videos, there's photos. Nice. So that's on front screen. We can record picture in picture either way, and we can record both independently, which is really cool. And we've got some settings here. Data overlay, we can only do 720 or 1080, but 1080 is perfectly fine. Data overlay on, parking monitor on, microphone, so when I have my Cardo paired to my phone and to this, it can record my voice. We've got mirroring, so we can flip the camera left to right, but not front to back, I believe. Let's check that. Yeah, no, it hasn't fixed it. So I will flip the mirroring back off on the front camera. This one here is our picture in picture. We can change the length of our recording files and collision lock sensitivity setting. So that's pretty cool. As you can see, the screens are very touch sensitive and very quick as well. And then we've got CarPlay, which is just fantastic. I love a bit of CarPlay. And if you've ever used CarPlay before, you'll know how to use this. It's, you know, the apps that are on your phone that talk to CarPlay or CarPlay enabled are on here. I've got settings. How do I go back? That button. River, so I can track and ride from a river ride. Google Maps. Spotify and Waze is a good one as well. So that's pretty much the Chigee in a nutshell. Okay, one thing I forgot to mention. When I'm wearing gloves, even if the gloves got like the fingertips that you can use on a touchscreen, they never work for me. This is cool. The Chigee works with gloves. So I can now turn my music on, change the song, I can go to maps, I can search. Can I search? Yes, I can search. I can navigate to work. It works. It just works. It's got awesome build quality. Everything feels solid. It doesn't feel cheap, nasty, or plastic. It's not slow. Wow is all I can say. Seriously. I get sent some crap to test, and I don't show you most of the crap. This thing, boom, mind blown. Okay, so I went for a ride. It worked perfectly. However, what I didn't realize was where I put the camera, you could not see the screen on the device at all. But I've got to say, the Chigee AIO-5 Lite is absolutely outstanding. A couple of things I've worked out, all right? I mounted it on the in the middle of the bars. I need to replace my Quadlock phone mount up on the control tower and put it up there, because looking down is kind of annoying. I want to see that information without taking my eyes off the road all that much. So I'm going to move it up to the top of the control tower. I had to mount the front camera upside down underneath the bar, and in the software I mentioned that there's no way to flip. You can mirror, but you can't flip the video from that camera. What I didn't realize is the clamp, you can just loosen that and rotate the camera in the clamp. So that's fixed as well. We've now got great video at 1080p front and rear, outstanding. The Apple CarPlay works flawlessly, absolutely brilliant. One thing to remember is that your headset on your helmet connects to your phone, not the Chigee. So the Chigee is just a remote. Now, if I move the touchscreen up onto the control tower, it's a bit further away from me and I can't just easily tap on it. One thing that the Chigee guys have sent me is a little remote. It's about this big. It's has a little bracket and you can mount it on your left hand bar so you can reach it without taking your hand off the bars. Multifunction, answer and make phone calls and all that sort of stuff, nice and easy. So I'll probably mount that. The other thing is it's IP67 rated, which, as we know with our Cardo testing and research, is the highest water and airborne dust particle ingress protection you can get. However, it does say don't water blast. It's got a high gloss screen, which on an adventure bike riding down a dusty road with a touch screen, I don't know if it's going to get marked or scratched with hairline scratches yet. That's probably one concern I've got, but you know, you don't really need to touch it all that often. Put it in perspective. Now this thing, when it sells, is going to sell for $995, and I'm assuming, I don't have this information to hand, but I'm assuming that is US dollars, which means it's probably going to be in the realms of $1,500 New Zealand. It's quite expensive, but remembering that this is going to replace a GPS. So for you guys that want to use your phone, go and use your phone, no dramas whatsoever. But if you want to have the ability to not have to have your phone on display, leave it in your pocket, but still access it and use mapping or get messages or whatever you want to do, it's probably quite a good solution. This is going to, I think, take on the likes of the Garmin Zumo, which the current model, one of the most expensive models I could find of the Garmin Zumo, is essentially $1,000, maybe a fraction over if you don't buy it on special. So it's only a little bit more expensive than a Garmin Zumo, but it has much more functionality in that you can download any mapping app you want for your phone, mirror that through CarPlay to the screen. It's also got tyre pressure monitoring. I noticed, and I don't know how to do this yet, and I've still got to talk to the guys, and I will update you. I noticed that it has gauges for engine speed and gear indication, which makes me think that potentially there's a way to replace your entire odometer with this unit. Get a lot more diagnostics about your bike into this unit. There's a USB-C port on the bottom of the unit beside the SD card slot. I haven't worked out what that's for yet, but this is an initial thoughts video and an installation video, so we'll do a bit of testing throughout the next few months and I'll update you on that. But at this point, yes, it's probably going to be about the $1,500 New Zealand mark, and I think it's worth every single cent. It is absolutely brilliant. Somebody said to me the other day when I was talking about it, would you buy one? Would you pay for one? Or do you just like it because you got it for free? And if I'm honest, the functionality that this brings to a bike that doesn't have all those functions is well worth it. Just for the fact, like, you don't need to check your tire pressures all the time because they sync up. You just put the little valve cap things on there, they read the tire pressure and transmit to the device. And it's very, very accurate, very accurate. I was riding down the road the other day and I was up to 37 PSI rear and 35 on the front. And I was like, that's not quite right. So for the peace of mind it gives you and the ability to just check that stuff straight out of the box, absolutely brilliant. Chigee, you have made potentially the product of the year for motorcyclists. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Is this something you would use, or is this just a piece of tech that people like me that like tech kind of justify to themselves that they need? Interested to hear your thoughts. And you guys that ride Ducatis and BMWs with all this stuff built in, you're not going to need this device. But you guys that ride Teneres or DR650s with no electronics like this, you're who it's for. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching, really appreciate it. Hit that like button if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell, because we've got heaps more content coming out for you. I've got one more video for the year off the top of my head that I'm going to do, and that is going to be Senna versus Cardo, which is the unit that's going to come out on top. That's coming up next week. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Alright.